Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, start your ladies and gents. How are all of you doing? I hope everybody's having a brand new day. It is, what is it, 7:31 in the mid-morning, and in the mid-morning, it is a brand new day. Had a long day yesterday. I awoke at 5:32 in the mid-morning, and I did not go to sleep until 1:40 this morning. And then I awoke again at 5:42 this morning. You see, 5:42, don't know why, that's my waking time without an alarm clock. 5:42, I made myself go back to sleep till 6:30. But now I'm up and I'm talking to y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be playing some music in the background because that's what I do. We've had the conversations about people who don't like the music. Oh, it's too loud. It's too distracting. And that is why we won't be discussing that anymore, because those people are gone. They listen to the advice about going someplace else to get what they want, because this is not Burger King. Okay? That's right. I went to Burger King and I told them, hey, this is the way you're going to fix my burger. And they didn't like that either. So I called their supervisors. And you know what? Not only did they give me a bunch of free coupons, but they were making my burgers the way I asked for them from that point on. But this ain't Burger King. So you ain't got no supervisor to call, because my supervisor, even though he's on call 24 hours a day, he ain't going to take that call. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a conversation that we have to have. For years, I keep telling people that I've been going over law since I was roughly about 15 years old. Going into court, had my driver's license at the age of 15 and a half. Because my father had passed when I was 15 and a half, and there's a law in California, I believe it still exists, I'm not sure. But if the breadwinner of the household, the one who had the ability of driving, is no longer around, either through being deceased or through no longer being around, then that 15-year-old doesn't have to be 15 and a half. That 15-year-old can go and apply for a driver's license and have the ability of providing for the family. You see, it's a hardship type issue. Yay! And that's what I was able to do. Went to California driving school not once, but twice. I paid my own fees and all that at the age of 15. Went to the California driving school. Then at the age of 16, I went to it again. And then I went through driver's training in school. I think it was 4 times, because I took driving very seriously. My father had always helped us to understand that it wasn't something that you just got behind the wheel and said, okay, let's go. But when I got my first ticket, as I've explained to you guys in the past, I had to go and handle things in court myself, because my mother, well, she was the actual breadwinner. She worked, so she didn't have time to be taken off from work and going with me to somebody's court. She'd made that perfectly clear before I even got my license. Oh, Lord. And my first vehicle, oh, Lord, it was mine. It wasn't, you know what? For me, it was the best. But, ladies and gentlemen, it was the best. I'm sorry. We're going to play my Gladys Knight in the background, ladies and gentlemen. And she's going to talk about how she's had her times of life's ups and downs. And she's going to be in my background. Okay? Because, you know, faith's been hard, but the downs, they've been few. All right. You see how that sets the mood? Much better conversation. So I go to court. I handle that case. By the way, I won. And then I was joking around in the car. Like I said, I took driving very seriously. And my thing is, whenever I get a car, especially if I'm in an area where there's a lot of snow and there's a lot of rain, I will take that car off to a deserted area, and I will practice speeding up and slamming on my brakes. just to see how the car is going to handle if I'm in an emergency situation. And so, again, that's how seriously I take it. Then I became a truck driver, the youngest truck driver to receive a CDL in the state of Louisiana's history. That was me. See, I've always been the first, second, or third in whatever I've done. Yay! Because America taught me how to be competitive. Stupid mother. Anyway, what am I trying to say? Since I started going into the court, I couldn't just walk in and start talking to a judge because I didn't have the knowledge to be able to do that at the time. I had to go over the law myself. I had to study before I went into court. But because, and I apologize, that's emails, people, and other notifications, and I'm not going to turn it down because I needed that. Okay, just like Gladys Knight, she needed to make it through. Okay, I needed that. And what I did is I studied as best I could. But it was confusing because the words didn't make sense. Now, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you read the law, well, when you first did, the very first opportunity you had of reading any law, the sentences didn't follow structure. Now, hold on. Those of you who know about syntax grammar, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But what you don't understand is legalese, they created their own syntax grammar. So those of you who are going into the court and you're arguing with them or telling them that their documents don't follow the proper syntax, what you're not doing is you're not establishing the common language of the people in the United States. It's not set by Congress, it's set by the people. It is the language of the people. It's not the language of Congress. It's not the language of the so-called Supreme Court or the language of the executive branch. That's what this video is going to be talking about for the most part for about the next 40 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, in the United States, whether it be the United States Corporation, again, you all must understand, all government is a corporation. Let's do that. I'm going to show you a couple of things, but hey, it brings a tear into my eyes. This is Ray Charles, ladies and gentlemen. He talking about tears in his eyes. We're going to go to case text, and we ain't going to go to log in. We're just going to log in, okay? I cried so much since you've been gone. You know what he going to do? He going to drown in his tears, y'all. In what? My own tears. Now, look. What all of you must understand about the law is, watch this. Uh-oh, I can't put the question in. This ain't Google. ALLGOVER is a CORPO corporation. And I'm going to put that in case text because there are several cases that specifically talks about government being a corporation. We conclude an answer to your question that local government corporations created under the law, not looking for that. We're not looking for an opinion. This is the issue being the taxability of the United States government under the provisions of blah, 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 blah. It is asserted by the commissioner that the United States government is a corporation. Wait, it is asserted by the tax commissioner the United States government is a corporation under said terms of said section. Okay, not my problem. We entertain no doubt that the United States government is a corporation within the meaning of Section 27 of the Probate Code. Look, this is not, it's not a secret. Now let's go down to the bottom right here where it says, oh yeah, I won't be all alone. be all alone. This is my man, Ray Charles, y'all. If you don't think you'll be home soon, then he gonna sit back and drown in his own tears. I want you all to pay attention. Right here it says, and I hope my cursor is showing up because this is a different software. I'm on the phablet because we're having a fabulous time. Anyway, and as used in the former section 1275 of the Civil Code, upon which section 27 of the Probate Code is based, it has been held to mean public as well as private corporations. The next sentence. It all depends on the sense in which the word is used. The United States government is a corporation, and these are the cases where they document that the United States government is a corporation, people. It's not a secret, so stop telling them this as if you think you're throwing some type of a bombshell at them. They know that all government is a corporation. Here's the logic as to why government is a corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why government is a corporation, because a corporation means a group of people coming together. They incorporate together. That's why it's called an incorporation. They come together. The bequest to the Veterans Administration was a bequest to the United States government, a corporation. The government was expressly authorized by statute to take donations of property through what is now the Veterans Administration, and the bequest is valid. Do you guys understand that? Now, do you notice that they keep operating under the probate code? Because they operate under equity, and probate, it's equity. All probate is equity. Wait, hold on. This is Avant. Event, whatever, it's Avant. I call them Avant because it's an A in front of that. Avant. I don't know how he pronounces his name because I've never heard him speak, never heard him say his name. So I only pronounce it the way I see it. Avant. And that V is exaggerated. He can read minds, lady. I know what you're thinking, but it's all right. Okay. Understand this about the, and he's going to do that too in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, so that you understand the law, the way these idiots have put the law together, what you guys need to understand is how the law came about. It had nothing to do with Congress. Go back and look at the so-called founding fathers. And I say so-called because they were not the founding fathers. They were not the leaders. The people were. They couldn't do this on their own. They needed the people. There he is right there. I can read your mind. Okay. They had to do what the people said. They couldn't do what they wanted to do. Well, what ended up happening is, over the years, people stopped caring. They left it in the care of the trustees, and as long as they were happy and able to live their lives, they didn't care. So then they started just focusing on the people who had money. They didn't care about the people who were struggling to get by. Go back and look at history. Go ahead. Just even to this day, the farmers, you know, the small farmers, the ones who ain't got all the money, look at how much they struggle. But look at how the larger farmers are doing okay. They get all these huge subsidies. Why? Because they, and don't get me wrong, I'm going to say it because it's the truth. They whine. Not because they produce wine. They whine because it's difficult to run a business of farming when you have these companies that can sit up there and produce these huge crops by manipulating the genes of plant life. And they should. And the way Monsanto's, through their lawyers, have done, well, our seeds blew into your field, and now your field is mixing our seeds. You got your peanut in my chocolate. What the f are you doing? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. we're not gonna play that one. This one is called Mama Pearl, and Mama's Pearl is gonna play in our background. It's the Jacksons. You think that's a distraction, so let's go back to helping you understand what's going on with this legal thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem is most people think they understand law. And so because they learn a little bit of something, they start going into court and they start just yapping and gabbling and just, oh man, making a fool of themselves. The United States is a corporation. You're not giving them any bombshell. Okay, United States government, a corporation. They already know that. This is, wait, hold on, what year is this? 1947, people. And they keep saying, look at all these cases where they document that the United States government is a corporation. They didn't just become a corporation last week. They have been a corporation since the inception. Okay? Sorry, I know it sounds like I'm upset. No, what happens is so many people, pay attention, so many people have gone into court, like KRS-One, United States, KRS-One said the United States is a corporation. Barack Obama is the CEO of that corporation. Yes, that is true. The president is the chief executive officer. That's why he sits in the executive office. Yes, they say it's the Oval Office to try to throw people off, but no, he sits in the executive office of the corporation. It's a corporation. Just like a corporation has a treasurer, okay, well, the United States has a treasurer. Okay, the chief financial officer. So it's a corporation. They have never hidden that from you. A lot of people think that they have. So we're going to go ahead and end this part of the video. We're going to do another one because we got money to talk about so that you guys understand exactly what the law says money is. Because we did a video last night showing you about money and how the law says that Congress gets to take credit and set a value to it and call it money because it's a credit-based system. So we'll talk about that in a second. Hey, y'all, be right back, okay? Gotta go.